So I have my two solutions. I have solution A and solution B, and then I'm waiting. This is a little test. It's a mix of the two. I'm waiting for it to change color. Hey, shh, I'm doing a video for a class. It hasn't changed colors just yet, so I'm hoping it does.
Who you time to?
I'm doing a video for class. Shh. In solution A, I have 4 crushed up vitamin C pills that I crushed with a, what's the thing called? The thingy with the, I can't think of the name. I crushed them up into a powder, and then I filtered through about, I filtered through about like 2 coffee filters to make it clear. All that the store had was a 10% iodine solution, so I used about 12.5 milliliters of that. It became colorless pretty instantly, so I think I had the right concentration of vitamin C to iodine, and then I added water to finish that solution. This one I added kind of an estimation of the cornstarch that he did in the video, with about 350 milliliters of water. I microwaved the solution because it was super cloudy, and then I filtered through about 3 coffee filters, but it was still pretty cloudy, so I tried to kind of filter it again, and I got it pretty clear, but obviously it's a little more cloudy than solution A. Then I added about 150 milliliters of this 3% hydrogen peroxide solution, and then I put them both in this cup, and it has not changed colors yet, so I'm gonna check back in with it later. Thanks. Okay, let's see if it'll stay. No, say no. Ah. Okay, it's fine, it'll work. Okay, so the update. So after several minutes, my experiment still hadn't changed colors. So I tried a few of the techniques that he talked about in the video. So I changed the temperature, heated it up in order to kind of see it change faster. That didn't work. I changed the concentration, so I added a little bit of iodine because he said that that would make the color change happen a little faster. It didn't work when I did it, and then I mixed them differently. So I did the I put solution A, B, and I kept putting them back and back forth, see if the color change would happen and if it'd be more uniform. I still didn't see the color change, so I decided to just go ahead and write out my presentation. And while I was writing out the presentation, I looked back and my solution had finally changed colors. So here it is. It is a little darker and a little more brown than the one in the video. And it did take a lot longer than I expected and then was said in the video, but it did finally happen, and I was very excited about that. So there are several reactions occurring during the experiment. So in solution A, which is the one with the vitamin C and the iodine, there's vitamin C, and I used 2,000 milligrams. And then I used 12.5 milliliters because it was a 10% iodine solution, and he used 25 of a 5%. The conversion that's occurring in that solution is the change of the iodine, or I2, into iodide, or I minus, with the reaction with vitamin C. So iodide, the I2 is colored, and then the iodide, did I just say iodine? Iodine, or the I2, is colored, and then iodide, or I minus, is colorless. So that is what I have here, is iodide. When the solutions mix, so the solution A and the solution B, there are,
That's part of it.
There's, sorry, my brother's here. There are 2 reactions occurring and actually competing against each other in that solution. So the hydrogen peroxide that's present is working to oxidize the iodide, or I minus, back into iodine, the colored state. But then the ascorbic acid, that's the vitamin C, on the other hand, is actually wanting to reduce the I2 back to iodide. So at the beginning, the I2 is present, and it works and it is oxidized, but it's only present for a really short amount of time, so you don't really see that. But then once the vitamin C is consumed by the hydrogen peroxide, the I2 kind of begins to gather and accumulate back together, and then it forms a triiodide complex with iodide or I minus, and then that complex, the triiodide complex, joins with starch, which produces the blue color change that you're like supposed to see, and then with the complex of triiodide and starch. So as I said before, my color is a bit darker and more brown, and I think there's like several reasons for that. One, my iodine solution was a little different. This was all they had at the store when I went to go get it, and it's different than, it's not, I don't believe it's as pure, and then it's a different concentration than he used, and then so the iodine, and then the way that I did the temperature changes, my cornstarch solution never came out as clear as I wanted it to be. I don't know if that could, I mean, I'm sure it could affect it, but I don't know if it particularly did. And then the concentration changes, I think, kind of were the biggest effect, because it's definitely a little more brown and looks a lot more like iodine than anything else. So I think like the adding of the iodine to try to force that color change definitely affected the way that the results showed. But I'm glad that I was still able to see the reaction and like the product of all these reactions. And yeah, and here's a little, sorry, that's just my hand. Here's a little, I can't do it, okay. There's all my little solutions. All right, thank you.